Have you ever accidentally found out that you were about to be fired? I was working as a software engineer at this tech startup for almost a year when our CEO announced a company retreat at a mountain resort, supposedly to boost team morale. After our recent funding round, our team of 30 people arrived on Friday night, and Saturday was filled with those awkward trust exercises and strategy sessions. I hate Saturday night. Most people were drinking around the fire pit, but I got a splitting headache, so I headed back to my cabin to grab some Advil. I was cutting through the main lodge when I heard voices coming from the conference room. My name caught my attention. We need to cut James loose as soon as we get back. It was Michael, our CTO. His code quality is garbage, and he's been missing deadlines for months. I froze, my heart pounding in my chest. I'd been working 60-hour weeks for months trying to keep up with their impossible timelines. What about the Hendrix project? Asked Sarah, our HR director. We're supposed to deliver next week. Emma can take over. Michael replied. She's been carrying his weight anyway. All those fixes James claimed credit for? Emma was cleaning up his messes behind the scenes. I felt sick. Emma was my junior, who I'd been mentoring. She'd been asking for help with certain functions, and I'd been walking her through solutions. I thought we were collaborating. When do we do it? Sarah asked. Monday morning. Clean exit. No drama. We'll say it's a restructuring. I slipped away before they could see me, my mind racing back in my cabin. I couldn't sleep. I pulled out my laptop and started going through all my work emails, past performance reviews, the Git repository logs, everything. Then I remembered something strange last month while fixing a server issue. I accidentally accessed Michael's unprotected cloud drive, where I found spreadsheets showing the company was actually burning through cash at an alarming rate, despite what the CEO told investors the funding round Michael bragged about, half of what he claimed and most designated for executive bonuses. I also found messages between Michael and Emma that shocked me. They weren't just talking about my code, they were involved romantically, and Michael had promised Emma my position and team lead salary if they could prove I wasn't performing. I spent all night documenting. Everything took screenshots of repository logs showing Emma had been deliberately introducing bugs into my code before reviews. I found emails where Michael had redirected my meeting invites so I'd miss critical specifications. I uncovered timestamps proving I was being assigned tasks after deadlines were already set Sunday morning. Everyone was hungover, but I was wide awake. I smiled through breakfast and participated in all the team activities when the CEO announced an impromptu open forum for feedback before we left. I raised my hand. I've been thinking about transparency and integrity. I started casually, and I have some questions about our recent funding round. Michael's head snapped up. Specifically, why the board thinks we raised $12 million when the actual number is 5, and why $3 million is allocated to executive bonuses while we're supposedly cutting staff to reduce expenses. The room went completely silent. The CEO's face drained of color. What are you talking about? He stammered. I opened my laptop and connected it to the projector. I have the actual term sheets here, along with some interesting Slack messages between our CTO and certain employees about manipulating performance metrics to justify targeted layoffs. Emma stood up, looking panicked. He's making this up. Actually, I continued pulling up the Git logs. I can demonstrate how specific bugs were introduced to my code and then reported by you, Emma, including timestamps showing they were added after hours from your account. The next 2 hours were chaos. The CEO sent everyone except the executive team back to their cabins, but I'd already emailed everything to the board of directors and our lead investors Monday morning. Instead of being fired, I was called into a meeting with 2 board members, and the newly appointed interim CEO Michael and Emma were placed on administrative leave pending investigation. Sarah from HR resigned that afternoon. By Wednesday, the board promoted me to lead the engineering team with a 40% raise and stock options. They needed someone who understood the code base and had demonstrated exceptional attention to detail.